Welcome back to Gemstone Podcast. It is LP. I have Shy and Zack with me today. We have another great episode for you guys today. Now, before we get started, make sure you go like and share our podcast. You can follow us on all platforms such as Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Pandora Podcasts, and Amazon Podcasts, and even YouTube. If you want to send us questions or even come on as a guest, you can always email us at gemstonepodcast@gmail.com. That's gemstonespodcast@gmail.com. Sha, how you doing today, girl?
I am doing very, very well, multitasking, but blessed, very blessed. How y'all doing?
Man, I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? It's been rough since 2026 started. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm all right though. Z, what about you, G?
I'm doing good, hanging in there. School getting ready to start for me, so I'm just trying to day by day right now.
So we haven't read fan mail in a while, and we got a couple fan mails to get to. But so here's the first. Woo, okay. It says, "Hey LP, I got a situation going on. Me and my girl split like a year ago. Recently, she wanted to rekindle things, and I was open to it. We're on a few dates. We've been talking. Now things are getting serious again. Before we got sexual, we had that conversation about partners during our split. And I asked that question. When she told me she had a mandingo, my heart hit the floor. And honestly, I have not been able to give it to her sexually since that conversation. What should I do?" So I'm fighting back, like laughing right now. And first off, I'm not gonna laugh, man, because we appreciate you guys for writing in and giving us fan mail, man. Thank you guys for reaching out. I really appreciate that, man. Do I need to reread this mail? Y'all good?
No, I'm good. I got it. Right. Let me get it. First off, you did the wrong thing. I don't know why the hell you thought you should ask the question sexually, because why would you want to know something you don't want to know? It's just like any other relationship you've been with a woman, dog. You go in blind because you don't want to know the past, because you know the past. It kind of puts a little bad taste in your mouth somewhat. Somebody want to be with a hoe who knows she your girl, especially if it's somebody you was with previously before and y'all got back together. You do not want to know you out here with a mandingo, or you out here getting trained on, and or you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Don't nobody want to know that. Cause see, like you just said, twin, you can't focus in it now like you used to, cause you too worried about what another man did to it already. See, you put yourself in a horrible situation. Don't ask them questions. Don't ask them. Tell you get to asking questions like that, you get your feelings hurt. And cause please believe it, she done went and had her fun, and we can reverse this for the ladies. Don't ask him, because please believe it, he done had his fun. And if you don't want to know them answers, don't ask.
X.
I think what's crazy though is that she actually told him.
Why wouldn't she? He asked.
But because most women, this is just me, Shy. You can always correct me if I'm wrong. Most women are trying to spare your pride. If she been with somebody who had that I ain't never heard nobody say mandingo. Had that mandingo. And I had to look up what mandingo meant. And man, that's all I'm gonna say.
You
She
ain't
was
gotta
with
look up what
that.
that means. That's
Hashtag
us.
warrior.
That's that baby leg.
The
If
nigga
she
working with a monster, working with a monster.
if she told you that, and
Pride hurt.
like I felt like this for me, I feel like she was trying to hurt your feelings, dog. Because most women will
Oh
spare you.
yeah.
Most women would spare you. They would, because they know as men, that's one thing that we like. We shouldn't, but we do. We take pride in that as far as pleasing the woman in which we love. The that they say size don't matter, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that's every man's fear. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? That somebody swoop in and got what this partner had. You know what I'm saying? And then your woman been taking that meatloaf, and now you over here like, what I'm supposed to do? So first off, I want you to understand that like her telling you that is like a red flag to me. But
Shady.
most
Ain't no
women
red flag.
no,
Yeah.
it is. He asked, but most women wouldn't even say, "Yeah, well, I was with this one guy, and he had this. It was to his
Yeah. What you
knee."
want to do? Lie to you? That's another red flag.
But most women will. They would just say, "Oh, babe, no one's
So is
better."
it a red flag that they lied?
It's not that. It's just that she would. Most women would say, "Oh, babe, no one's better than you. You're the best."
So you want him to cuddle her? I mean, her to cuddle him, make him feel
Most
better,
women
bigger and
do.
better than he really is.
Most women do. I'm not trying to. I'm just going off what's been like historically lived experience, what I've seen. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, twin. You can't ask questions. Don't.
I wouldn't even ask the question though. Like you said, Doc, spare my feelings. I don't want to know if he was with Mandingo.
He didn't want his feelings spared, twin. That's what we gotta remember.
I don't want to know because I'm like him. I ain't gonna be able to take it because I'm gonna look up your side of your head. I'm gonna be over here sleeping, visioning you getting the meatloaf and I howling, screaming like ain't like never would.
Like the magno.
He done been places he ain't never been before.
Yeah,
I ain't never been part of the land before.
Yeah, man. So I just feel like he should have never opened that door.
Yeah.
And see, you open this door, and now it has impacted your relationship sexually because you're saying y'all split up for like a year, then y'all rekindle, and y'all whatever, you know what I'm saying? And now you talking about some we had that conversation. But first off, if y'all split up for a year, y'all not married or nothing like that. Of course, you know what I'm saying? She's a woman. I'm not saying all women like that, but she might run into somebody within like 6 months, 8 months, where she might give them a try, and then that's it. But the fact that you asked that question is like a little crazy, bro. Like you should have never said, "Hey, man, like what was it like when you got it? Was it?" And for her to tell you it was a Mandingo, yeah, she was trying to hurt your feelings, twin. So whatever you did to her,
who even says that anymore?
But whatever he did to her in the beginning, something had to happen for them to split in the first place, right? So something had to happen for them to split in the first place.
That was his words, Shaw. I'm pretty sure she didn't say that.
So
I'm pretty sure she didn't say that. That's his words, trying to make it clear and safe to say. But
yeah, I agree too. But
I don't think you wrong, sis, for saying what you said.
Well, I don't know if she listened to this podcast, but sweet tag, man, he can't give it to you no more.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, check this though.
He gonna have to take a rhino or a honey pack. He can't give it to you.
That still ain't enough inches, my boy.
Bye.
You ain't never gonna reach them parts of the land he was at.
Bye.
That ain't enough, my boy.
Bye.
Hey, but look, check this though, twin. Check this though. So she put it in your ballpark. So you asked for the truth, she gave you the truth. So it's now up to you to decide what you want to do with this truth.
What's your take on this, y'all?
All right, y'all. So my take is she a cold broad because I mean he asked, but if it was me, I wouldn't have said all that. I would just say, yeah, I was dating people, I was getting to know people, you know, and for that, like keep it very simple. But for her to say Mendigo warrior with that song long enough to wrap around a tree, he hanging out the tree with the piece. He had to say all that. She ain't have to go there. You don't gotta say all that.
See, I'm with Shot.
You don't have to go that deep. Like let the assumption is I was out here getting in. That's the assumption. And that's cool. Let that be the assumption and leave it there. You don't gotta do all that. So for her to do all that, that was a little no. I don't know. Y'all might need to go ahead and leave the relationship severed. Because whatever reason that y'all broke up, just leave it at it. Because and you was out here doing your thing too. So I mean, hey, you might have had some good stuff too. So nah, but I just don't think y'all should be going into the type of details.
I do want to bring this up too, y'all, because we heard what she said, but we don't know what he said. Your wording could have got what you deserved in her saying, I had this.
That's true. We don't know what he said. For him to say his heart hit the floor, that boy said my heart hit the floor. Partner, I think they should go ahead and just
and this thing could have hit the floor. He probably would have been boasting like I had a couple of shots. I'm doing my thing. I just had a man go.
I just think they need to go their separate ways. Or maybe they can recover from it. Maybe it's a pride thing. Let me just say that. It's a pride thing. And pride is something that we as men, it's hard for us to kill. So it's a pride thing. So your pride is hurt. And your manhood is hurt really, really bad. Because the woman, because he probably loved this woman. And the woman that you love was out here getting maxed out.
But that wasn't his woman at the time.
Nope. She was free to do what she wants.
He the one asking stupid questions.
Yeah,
say it again, Shaw.
He the one asking stupid questions.
The only thing I would have asked is this.
He need to mind his business.
The only thing I would have asked, did you have a emotional connection with somebody? Because women are very emotional. Like, did you make an emotional connection with someone? I wouldn't ask all that.
That's true, but women of today's world is a little bit different. So I mean, her real man that got away could have been 5 years ago. So you don't know.
Yeah, the women of today are a lot different.
She preaching.
All right, then. So that's what we got for you, fam.
So
Hey,
your
twin.
best bet is to mind your business and be happy.
We
Sure.
will say this though, twin, before we leave though. You was doing your thing before. Ain't no difference. She loved you before. She gonna love you again. Keep doing your thing. Take yourself out the way. Take your pride out the way and do your job.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's our advice to you, partner, man. You shouldn't have asked the question. We wish you the best, man. Try therapy. Y'all could try couples therapy, man. Go to therapy, say what went on, see if y'all can grow from it, learn from it, go from there, man. I want everyone to have a healthy relationship 2026. Yeah, man.
Might need some inches. He don't need therapy.
He might got the inches. All we know.
Yeah, he
We don't know what
he
working
might
with.
got something, but it might been somebody come with
And
a
she
lot
might have just
more.
been, talking mess. It might not be the truth.
When a nigga say Mendingo on your heart hit the flow, you ain't got the inches.
That boy said his heart hit the flow.
When it's all
All
jokes,
right,
though.
guys.
Don't take it serious. It's all jokes.
All right, so here's the next fan mail. Ooh, let's see which one. Let's do this one. LP, check this out. You remember that situation with my coworker I was telling you about? You told me to cut off that inappropriate relationship. Well, my guy, she's pregnant. Yeah, I was shooting off in the club, and now she's pregnant. Matter of fact, she's 2 months pregnant. So check this out. We talked about it, and she says she's going to tell her dude she's pregnant and they are expecting. You know I don't have any kids, bro, and that really don't sit well with me. I low-key feel lame for copping out for this, but I also think it's the right thing to do for her safety. Big bro, what's your thoughts? Now, I know this person individually. All I'm gonna say, I'm gonna let y'all go. Then, because I might go off. So I'm gonna let y'all go.
Hold up, though. We need some more context on this. Like, you just messing with a coworker or something? Like, what's the
So check this out. That's one of my. So it's somebody who I know personally, right? And they man, how can I say it without giving it away? Because Zack might be like, you know.
Nah, I ain't gonna say none of that, but I'm just want to know the context.
All right, so check this out. So Brody hit me like in September and was like, "Hey man, blah 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 blah. Me and her ain't working out." And I was like, "Okay, like what's going on?" He was telling me what was going on. Then he said, "But I've been over here with Shorty at work, and it's cool." And I'm like, "Come on, bro, don't play where you work at. Like that's a recipe for a disaster. You know what I'm saying?" And I was like, "Well, she single? You know what I'm saying? Or she got a man?" He was like, "Nah, she got a man." I was like, "That's even worse. What if he find out and he come up there and he want to act crazy or act a fool or shoot up the workplace or like you don't know how people take heartbreak these days because things get drastic." I said, "Man, you need to cut it off. Just cut it off, bro. Just like do it gradually. Don't cold turkey because it can get like a little crazy in the workplace. But this cut it off, bro. And that's the right thing to do." And so Brody was like, all right. So he hit me like last week, but I had my own stuff going on in my life, so I ain't really get to call him back. But when I logged this morning to go pull some of these fan mail, because that's what most people send fan mail to me is on. I see him saying, "Man, hey man, just use this for fan mail today." And I responded back and I said, "I know you lying." So that's kind of context. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. For her to say she gonna sit down until they expecting, that is utterly the most despicable thing I've ever heard in my 34 years of living. I ain't never heard nobody say nothing like that. But I'm pretty sure people do. But to consciously like tell somebody else that's what you gonna do, that's like this is the game plan. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like I don't know. Like
So she wasn't expecting, and she just said that to make him stay.
No, she is expecting. She said she's gonna tell her boyfriend that they are expecting. Like the baby is the boyfriend's and not, Brody.
It happens all the time.
But realistically, we don't know who the daddy is because she probably be getting maxed out by both of them. But that's neither here nor there. But to sit down and make a conscious decision and say that is kind of crazy.
Okay, so now it's coming together. So he was smashing the work wifey, and then the work wifey got pregnant. And now we don't know who the baby daddy is. So she just gonna say it's the that she was with, baby. Sadly, it's a bunch of kids out here just like that.
I just said that.
You a dirty man.
Shy, Give us your thoughts, and then I end it off with mine.
Basically, he needs to just wait till the delivery and request a DNA test. If God may bless him to where it's not his, but if not, take care of your baby. In the story.
Okay, so I got a different opinion, and the only reason I got different because I know this fool. So first off, you ain't got no kids, bro. If this is your child, this will be the first kid that you have, and it's gonna be through a person that you truly don't even like that. From a person who got three kids, three different women, and I'm speaking from a whole transparency. That is not the life you want to live. Trust me. Because guess what? One day you're gonna wake up and grow up like I keep telling your ass. Yeah, all this chasing women, it's gonna be a facade because you're not gonna be interested in it no more. And you're gonna want to have one person you're gonna want to settle down with. But guess what? You come with something now. You come with an extra, a bonus one. Because you don't even like Shorty like that. I remember the conversations we had. You don't like Shorty like that. It just, she performed a few tricks pretty good. And you just get lost in the sauce. That's why I told you cut the relationship off. Because I was like, something gonna happen in my mind. And I should have said that to you when we was on the phone. Because I was like, something gonna happen. Like, just like he need to cut this out. Like the way this sound like real, like it almost sound like it's like it was like two spirits like disconnecting and it's getting off. Cause the how it was being described to me sometimes, like, oh man, it's man, soon, boy. And then I just be like on a cloud for like 45 minutes and then I'm good. Like that's not like what? So I hope, and I just hope, I hope this baby is her dude's because the dude actually like her. The dude actually cared about it. Unfortunately, he don't know. Well, he might know. I don't know. The dude might know what he got. He might know he got somebody out there that's popping that thing. And he might be doing his thing on the side too. I don't know. I just know for you, that's not what you want. And we already had conversations about like the person that you want to be with, the person that you want to pursue. It ain't this person. So, like I done told you, you're gonna slip up, you're gonna pop one out, and life gonna be different because having well, I think they like to say queens of the mothers now, not baby mamas, queen of the children, or something like that, queen of the children. Having them makes life a little bit more, I ain't gonna say complicated, but a little bit more perplexed because you have to factor in other perspectives in your relationship and then try to blend your kid into the relationship, which is not easy. So I just hope. I'm disappointed. I just hope. And this coming from somebody who done been outside for sure, and ain't outside no more. Like I'm inside all the way, and I love being inside because that's crazy.
Well, I'll give you the far left
You
opinion,
you have
sir.
to have discernment.
Shaw.
It's really time for men to start having more discernment when it comes to where they put their twin because have your fun do all of that, but be cautious in what you do because you're getting wrapped up in soul ties and demonic connections with people you shouldn't be wrapped up with.
I'll give you the far left topic then. Don't do the DNA test. That ain't your baby. That's her baby. Walk away. This is your chance to walk away. Walk away scot free. Don't worry about it. She pregnant. That's up to you to figure that out, twin. If y'all get he asked for a DNA test and baby ain't his, then I gotta take my responsibility. But until then, walk away from the situation, walk away from her, walk away from everything. This is your clear and the free area where you can do what you want to get away right now, so you can focus on other things. Secondly, stop raw. Put a condom on. It's easy access to get them. Like, what are we doing? You too goddamn grown to be not putting condoms on. Out here just raw dogging everybody and not expecting to take the consequences of what happened with it. You gotta be smarter than that. You can't be acting like you 18 still, bro. And you messing up so many ways, dog. You can't just keep smashing the work wife. That makes work nasty. Cause now you gotta worry about her doing this at work. Now you gotta go look for a new job because she done made job messy. Like, come on, man. You gotta put yourself in better positions, man. You gotta find better work wives that's gonna treat you nice and just bring you food and all that stuff. You can't keep smashing the work. You can't mix business and pleasure all the time, man. We keep telling y'all that don't work that well all the time. It always get messy sooner or later. It always do. I don't know what makes you think you better than everybody else and you ain't gonna get messy. It always get messy. Yeah, we get it. You up there with them every day, so you see them 8, 10 hours a day. So that's all you see.
Self control. That's the one thing that I've been saying. Excuse me. That's one thing I think that I've learned,
I wouldn't
since
even say.
being since being with like since being engaged and married. Not to say that ain't nobody like approached me or came on to me or nothing like that, but because that's happened. But having a sense of self control, knowing that okay, that's not going to benefit me. It's not going to benefit my household. And my conversation with Buddy is like, when it comes to self control, okay, does this benefit you? Like somebody you working with don't benefit you.
Yeah, it does.
Not
Those
long
tricks
term,
benefit him. He's single. He ain't got nobody at home. He ain't got no
but not
household.
long term though. And it's at work. Like I don't know, fam. Like
But like I was
when
saying,
you
it's
young, I guess because I've done it when I was young. I was out there when I was young in my early 20s at work, doing my thing. But I think as you get older, you just be like, this is my place. This why I pay my bills. Like, no.
absolutely. But it's that same situation where sometimes you see your work wife more than you see your real wife. You see your work husband more than you see your real husband or your real boyfriend, your real girlfriend.
So does that make it okay? So I guess the
There
question
is
is,
no make it right. It's just the lust.
no, I'm just saying. So are you saying because they see them more that you feel like they have a deeper emotional connection?
No, it's lust. There's no emotion to it. It's lust.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure. Okay.
Well, I won't say for everyone because some people work wife is really cool and they really have a better connection with their work wife than their real wife sometimes,
Yeah.
or their boyfriend or husband, than their real husband.
Yeah.
So it depends on your scenario and your situation, how y'all communicate, y'all connect.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just a lust. It usually came out of a lust, like something just happened, and we was at the moment, we went to the bar together, and it's
Yeah.
I got a kiss and blah blah blah. But it's usually just a lust that makes you go there, and that's why he said he had that high for 30, 40 minutes because that lust was like a drug,
That
and then
it's
once
that
that
spirit
drug
on them. It's that
faded,
spirit. It's that spirit.
when that drug faded, he came right on back to earth. Like, oh, this ain't what I wanted. This ain't what I needed. I ain't like this. It's that clarity. That what they say, that post nut clarity. Once that post nut clarity left and that high disappeared, man, what am I doing, dog? I don't want to be over here doing this stuff. I need to get my stuff together.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about that, man. I told Cuddy about that, but hey, man, it is what it is.
Why do people think American black folks don't have culture? Like, I was reading the Instagram post and I showed it to the group and I shared the group. And it's other black folks from other countries feel like we as black African Americans don't have culture because we do not know who we are or where we came from. But yet we have culture because everything you see in America, everything you see and around the world lately, especially has anything to do with influence, entertainment, or anything and such, is all from Black African Americans. Our culture, the way we eat, that's all Black African Americans out here in Texas, in Houston, in America. Our fingerprints is on every part of this country. And when people say we don't have culture, it's just like, prove to me where you see we don't have culture at. Just because you ignorant and not looking don't mean we don't have culture. We have culture. You just not opening your eyes to see it. You taking what a white man say or somebody else say too far. Look at your community and your people and you'll see culture. How do y'all feel about that when people say we don't have a culture? I know y'all can ramble off a bunch of things of culture y'all got in just y'all's family alone. So how do y'all feel about that?
Well, when they say I'm gonna say black people don't have culture in America. I wouldn't say black people don't have a culture in America. I think black people have had a lot of culture in America. I think the culture that we've had has been strategically trying to be erased consistently. You know what I'm saying? Like we had Black Wall Street, we had wealthy black advancements, wealthy black economic foundations way back in the day. But a lot of that has been washed away. And also we've had really, really, really profound black towns and black neighborhoods and black cities that have been flooded, turned into lakes. So I wouldn't necessarily say we don't have culture, or because culture and history to me are synonymous. In order to have culture, you have to have history. And I think black people have history in this country, especially the American blacks. I just think that having the access and the knowledge of knowing the history then will cultivate culture. I mean, I think in the current space, I think a lot of people would think our culture is entertainment, fashion. Entertainment falls into like sports, music, fashion, and kind of creating trends or social media waves. I think that's what the depiction is currently. Like that's the culture. That's the culture of black people. But that's not the case. Like our culture is embedded in unity. The Million Man March is unity. Martin Luther King shows leadership. Malcolm X shows resilience to fight oppression. The Black Panthers shows organized discord to combat against racial segregation and racial stigmatization. But you have to educate yourself, right? So I think that's when people say we don't have culture. I'm like, I disagree. We have culture. It's just a concept of educating yourself toward it. And then when we educate ourselves to it, sustaining to it, like upholding it, like keeping it, like advancing it, like that's what has to happen. Like, when we had that conversation about the HBCUs, like that was like my biggest beef. Like I want the Black community to advance, but the leaders that in these positions who are also Black are making all this money out the backs of Black and brown students. And I feel like that ain't right. Like, yeah, they got to they getting budget cuts. Yeah, they got an unfair budget. Yeah, they got, yeah, I get all that. But you making all this money and you're not willing to pour back into your school, not really to build it up, not really to advance it, make effective partnerships. Nah, man, that's like a slave ship, man. Like that's what was done to us. Like, don't do that to these students, to these kids. Like, come on. And so I think in that same concept, when we get the knowledge of the history and then we start to evoke and build the culture, we have to always keep in mind that our goal is to advance. I think sometimes some people might get the history and then get the culture and then want to develop the culture, but then they forget advance your people. They get stuck on like being famous or being popular or getting the bag. Like that, I think that was one of my biggest beefs with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Come on, like you Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, why you on stage twerking like that, dancing like that? Come on, like advance our people. You got a DR credential, like a doctoral degree. Come on, advance our people. Let's show them it's something different that we can move in this way. And so that's what I think. But I could be wrong, does he?
I mean, one of the dude's examples, I wanted to give one of his examples is he says that I think it really stems on we not knowing who we are. We're not Haitian American, we're not Nigerian American, we're not Jamaican American, like putting that other little part in front of it instead of just saying African American type situation. You know what I mean? So what he was talking about with the person is he can understand who a Haitian is because he knows their culture, because he knows Haitians, hardworking, so on and so whatever like that, He can dissect who you're going to be like for the most part because you're Haitian. What are you trying to say? And I hate it when he said it like that because how is it African Americans' fault that they don't know where they extend from when they were taken from these places? And now, sadly, the leaders of our family have died off. And unfortunately, some of our leaders that are here today weren't able to remember or keep all that information that they were given to by their elders back then. So now we have to take these DNA tests to try to find out who we are. So, yes, we do not know traditionally who we are and where we extend from. But just because we don't know who that is, we know our culture, who we are today. And as Black people in America today, we know who we are.
Black ethnicities from different countries come to this country and say Black people have no culture. Because that's not the truth. Now, do we have and this is what I say, maybe when it comes to like a household, because in Africa, in the Bahamas, in Jamaica, in Haiti, in Dominican Republic, the Black household, the male has total governorship, and the women are very submissive, very servant, right? Like they cooking, they cleaning, they making sure the food on the table. As soon as the man walk home, dinner's done. Like maybe in that aspect, because that's not the norm here in our country. It's real flexible, is what I say. And it's real as American Black people, we take turns. And sometimes there's no man in the household at all. It may be just a woman governing the household by herself that's Black. So maybe in that aspect, they may be saying that. But even some of that is a part of our culture. Because when we go back to segregation, and we go back to them times of the Black Panthers, the men were out fighting, or the men were out protesting, and the woman was at home with the children, right? So that still goes back to, the origin of resilience and fighting for equality and fighting oppression. And even when I think about like all three of us on this podcast, like in our career fields, we are very resilient. Like we fight a battle daily, unbeknown to a lot of people. We know because we're Black. Well, we fight a battle every day, dotting our I's, crossing our T's. And we know in order for us to be even recognized, we have to be elite. So I
I want
just
to
get
add something
mad
to
when they
this.
I just get mad when they say that because the same depiction for a Haitian or African or a Jamaican in the workplace is not the same depiction for an American African American, an American black person. The treatment is not the same. So for him to say that it's really convoluted because it's coming from a place of you don't know what it's like to be America and be treated a certain way by the color of your skin because your accent gives you a level of access that we won't even be granted, and that's facts.
I want to add something to this. So the whole thing about Black people not having a culture because being African American is the new development, so to speak. It is something that we developed because we were oppressed during slavery, and afterwards during Jim Crow. So we became I'm black and I'm proud. So we adapted, the American culture along with our African heritage and our lineage. But to say we don't have cultures, absolutely incorrect. We are the culture. We shift the culture. Everything in this world, every single thing in this world, whether it's fashion, food, whether it's education, whether it's home ownership, everything is shifted by us. Literally, everything is shifted by us. Everything is adjusted because of us. Literally, even property taxes, even areas to live in, everything is shifted based on us. We are the culture. We are the top consumers in America. So just because we built a new, way of life based on our heritage and also what was given to us, that means we don't have culture. Just because you was born in your country, the same country that sold most of us. Let's start there. You just like in the Bible, you betrayed your brother, and now your brother is in America adapting to European and Western beliefs. Just like I know on this Facebook group somebody had posted something and it was basically a thicker woman and a skinnier woman or something, and somebody was like, oh, blah blah blah, I'm going thicker woman. And I said, the idea that, so here's the thing, you can like what you want to like, right? If you like whatever color you like, if you like whatever size you like, that's okay. But you liking something does not make something else bad. And that's what we have to stop believing. You liking Black culture or African American culture does not mean that European culture is wrong. You liking European culture does not mean African American culture is wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a problem when you dislike one or the other. That is the problem. So on this Facebook group, I comment on there, I say, no, the idea that slim is better is European beauty standards that were basically brainwashed into American culture in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. It's the European culture, the European beauty standards that's brainwashed to think that slim is better when it's really however you foresee yourself. But you see yourself one way does not make something else wrong. So I think a lot of African cultures as well as island cultures, they are getting their beliefs from European and white supremacy standards because that's what's on TV. Growing up as young adults, we saw Make a Wish and we saw the kids in Africa with bellies and bugs. And we were taught that's how Africa looks. That was what was beaten to our brains. Millenniums. We was beaten to our brains that Africa looked like that, and that is incorrect. Africa does not look like that. Now, yes, you do have some places in Africa that are poor, like that, but that is not all of Africa. Africa is the most beautifulest country in the world, hence to why they chose to rob and steal and take from that country. That's the most beautiful continent. Excuse me, not country. That's the most beautiful continent in this whole entire world. It's Africa. It's the motherland. So those images that they beat into our brains, those are a small spectrum of what Africa actually looks like. So yeah, as I stated, those beliefs were brainwashed into us to think this way. And a lot of Africans and a lot of Caribbean people get their ideologies from TV that is based in white supremacy and European standards. So wake up, especially you Nigerians, because y'all, y'all are allow white supremacy to make you feel like you're better than African Americans. But at the end of the day, if you ride down the block, you still black. It don't matter. It don't matter what continent you come from. When they see you, they see a black man and a black woman. They ain't asking you if you eating red beans and rice or jollof, okay? Or rice and peas. You still black at the end of the day, especially here in America. That's all.
That's what I'm talking about, Shot. Shot came in like, boy, let him have it. Well, but what you said is right though, Shot, because that's what they identify as. Like I'm saying, in the workforce, our Black American is not treated the same as a Haitian or African. They are treated much better. And then they treat us bad in the workforce. And they do identify and coordinate with the European whites and white supremacy. And also, I say organized racist because they contribute to it. And it's unfair. So I just felt like that comment that he made was unfair. That's my opinion.
Oh, it was 110% unfair. Like we all have said so far, you're discrediting all the work and all the culture that has been created here from nothing. It's a melting pot of everybody that's been sold, casted, and blended over here, and this is what we've came up with. Our America, our Black America, who we are. I mean, you gotta think about that too. That's kind of crazy, We created this off of everybody coming together and just blending. They always try to say Americans a melting pot, but we literally became a melting pot with African Americans here because we all came from different parts of Africa, little islands and stuff like that, and we blended and we made what we are today. All right, everybody. We hope y'all enjoyed our topics for today. We hope y'all enjoyed the fan mail we got to get to today, and we hope y'all enjoyed that last topic we talked about culture. We hope y'all enjoy everything we have with y'all. I mean, this is a new year for us. We're trying to bring new content, new things to this podcast every single time we get on this mic. We love hanging out with y'all. We love talking to y'all guys, and we love getting y'all's fan mail. Please tune in for the next episode, and we get to talk a little bit more with y'all about the fan mail y'all have. Once again, this is the Gemstones Podcast. If you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to us on our social medias. We are on Instagram and TikTok, I think still, right, Sha? At Gemstones Podcast. And you can also reach out to us on our email at gemstonespodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is gemstonespodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to keep continuing to listen to us and you don't have Spotify or Apple Music, you can always listen to us on everywhere. We are on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon, and YouTube. So you can always catch us anywhere. There's no excuse not to listen to us, baby. So we love y'all, and y'all continue to have a blessed year.